Hi everybody, excited to be with you on today's Facebook Live, and as promised today we're going to talk about vision boards and how you can use vision boards not only to start your school year off right with your daughter, your son, your family, but also as a family and a way to talk about family rules and really your vision for your family. Because what is talking about family rules? What's talking about? It's not just saying, oh, you need to clean up after yourself, you gotta wash your dishes, wake yourself up for school, whatever that is. It's really, what kind of family do we want to have? It's a much bigger question. And often what happens when we sit down and we try to have rules, as we transition from summer back into the school year, right? Back out from like more free time, whether your kids were at camp or your kids, whether it was sleepaway camp or day camp, or we're just hanging around the house for the summer. Moving into the school year requires kind of a different mindset. And what often happens is that either we don't talk about the rules at all, or when we do it in a very, this is what it is, XYZ, which if you have teens, turns them off. It doesn't really get them to cooperate. It might work better when you have younger kids. It doesn't really work with teens. So in my blog post today, I talked about creating a vision board and helping your daughter create a vision board. And I actually brought my recent vision board here. I printed it out so you guys could see it. What's great about a vision board is that it's visual, right? And so first of all, for many of us, I know I'm one of them, looking at things visually really helps. It not only helps and is more fun, in my opinion, to create than actually just writing something down. It helps you really connect to that feeling of what you want and what you want to create, and it helps you think bigger. Right, when I started doing vision boards many years ago, and often when I do them with young girls, or even older girls, honestly, is that when they first start, they start really small, right? They start with really just the world around them. They don't think about their greater vision, and part of that is that because we're not showing them, we're not teaching them how to think big. And so this is one way to start that, is help them see where they're at. You can see what's going on with them, and then hi there, who's joined us, and help see, first of all, by doing a vision board with your daughter or your son, you can see where they're at. You can see where they're thinking about, you can see whether they're thinking small or they're thinking big, whether they feel connected to what they really want, whether they're thinking about their immediate problems, and then often it'll give you an insight into what it is that's really going on in their lives, right? Because often what they're going to put on their vision board is a direct reaction to what's going on in your life. So if you're constantly we're talking about how you kind of need to open up that door and try to figure out how to have a conversation with your teenager, this is a great way of doing it without actually having to talk, right? You can see it's an easy way, in a expected way by them, for you to ask questions and figure out what's going on because you're trying to understand. It's a picture. So we talked about that in the blog post, so I'm not going to get into that too far, but I want you to think about that and doing it as a project. It's a great project for a weekend. And I can hear some of you already in my mind, kind of saying, oh, but I don't have time. Vision boards take time. They don't actually take as much time as you would think. So if you go today into Google, right, our dear friend Google, which we talk about a lot, and go to Google Image, it's a really fun way of being able to, just write a word and find millions of images that one of them will match what it is that you're looking for. So they get to use their technology, yay, and they get to search. And what it also does, by the way, is opens up their mind to more than the immediate word that they were thinking about. Because they may write confidence, let's say, on their vision board, right? Talk about confidence, and confidence is great. But then if you Google and do Google image on confidence, you'll find quotes that are really powerful. You'll find just inspiration to things that will open them up to more than what they're in and involved in right now. So, by the way, if you're watching me live now, feel free to say hi. I'd love to say hi. It's one of the fun things about Facebook Live is you know who's with you. If not, you can just give me a like. Anyhow, so that is when it comes to the individual vision board. It's a way to get in, another way to get into a conversation with your teen and find out what's going on with them, what's important to them right now, where they want to be, where they are right now, where they want to be. Okay, so that's number one. The other thing that we're going to talk about today is really how you can incorporate this vision board into a conversation with your family. I better mute my computer. We're going to keep hearing that. There we go. So, sorry about that. So there are a couple ways that you can do this. Again, as I was saying, many families that I know don't even talk about rules or what their expectations are from their kids, which is part of what causes confusion and fighting in the family and misunderstandings, is that we never actually really say what we want, or we'll say it in the middle of the fight, or we'll say it when we're upset with them. You know, why didn't you wash your dishes? Why did you leave, you know, your dirty clothes on the floor? But we don't actually say it in an organized way. So this offers you an opportunity to do that, and to do that in a fun way. I always say that I think that this kind of conversation should happen as part of a back and forth. This is not just you saying, this is what I expect and this is what I expect you to do, but rather saying, what's our vision for our family? What do we want to be? Who do we want to be? Do we want to be one of those families that has fun together, that is relaxed, that has a clean house? That may be a family value. Talk about it when things are calm, not when somebody's not doing something that you expect them to do. And the reason I love incorporating vision boards into this is, again, A, because it's visual, B, because you can make it really fun, C, because you can imagine things that are sometimes hard to imagine when you're just having a conversation, right? When you're creating a vision board, you can create an image. Here, let's see if I can find mine here. I'm not going to spend time looking at it, but like one of the images that I have here on my vision board is this great vacation, right? There is some water, there are trees, there's nature, there's the things that make me feel happy. These are one of the things that you can imagine together as a family, right? You can look and say, oh, this is what we want this year. This year, one of the things we want to create is an amazing family. And if our resources were unlimited, and this is where I want you to come into this conversation, if my resources were unlimited, this is the kind of fun family vacation we'd like to create. Think about the difference in conversation you're having when you're saying, what kind of family vacation would we have if money wasn't an issue, if we weren't limited by school or by work, where would we go as a family? What a fun conversation to have, right? And then finding images that work with that. What that allows you to do is it allows you to strive to actually make that happen, because suddenly you find out what are the components that are going to make your family have fun together, right? Where you may not be able to take them on this magical vacation to the other side of the world doing X, Y, and Z, but you may be able to incorporate certain elements of that into your next vacation. And here's some great information to have, right? At the same time, you can insert what is important for you to have as a family. What are the things that are going to make you as the parent feel calm and relaxed and confident, and just feel good about being at home, right? If you come home and every day, I know this was an issue when I was a kid because I never did the dishes, right? My mother used to get really pissed when she would come home. We often came home before she came home from work, and I would make lunch and I'd leave the dishes in the sink. That would really annoy her, right? So her contribution, let's say, to this vision board, had we done one when I was a teen, right, would be a clean kitchen coming home, because that's what contributes to her peace of mind, right? And it really triggers her when she comes home and there are dishes in the sink. What are those things for you, right? And at the same time, what are the things for your kids? What are the things that they want from you, right? They maybe want to be left alone, or they want to be able to go hang out with friends, or they want to be able to do X, Y, and Z. What are the things that are important to them? This is where you can find that out. So you both come together and you come with pictures that reflect what it is that you're doing. Now, I know that many of you are going to say, well, we don't have really time for this. This is a whole project. Again, it really doesn't take that much time. As long as you give each other a little bit of time to prep, this is something that you can do in a couple of hours over the weekend. Just find some time. Think about what's important to you. One of the things that I think that you'll find, and I'd love you to try it out and let me know, but one of the things that I believe that you will find is that when you're clear on what the expectations are, and when, first of all, you have some fun together and you dream together about the things that are important to you, everybody's more committed to your vision together, right? I'm not saying that they're always going to do what you want them to do. I'm not saying that they're always going to remember, even if they want to, right? And sometimes they're just going to be teens because that's who they are. But what I want you to do is I want you to spend the time to think together, because when we think together, when we create together, then we're invested in our mutual success. A, we're invested. B, we're really clear on what the expectations are. And so then when one of us doesn't do the thing that we've already discussed, right, and expected from each other, then we can call each other on it in a nice way, right? And we're like, oh, right, I'm sorry. let me try to do it again, or what do I need to not do this again next time? Right? And it's a whole different conversation than coming home, being triggered, being really annoyed, right? That your kid didn't do something that you asked them to do. And then spending the rest of the afternoon them being annoyed at you and pissed at you, you being annoyed at them. It's not what I want for you. It's not what I want you to create. So what I'm recommending is that you try this both as an individual task for each one of your kids and for you, by the way. It's a great way for you to share with your kids what it is that your hopes and dreams are. What are you hoping to do? Where are you hoping to grow? What's important for you right now? You'd be amazed at how interested they are in what's really who you are and what's important to you. Often we don't share that with them, okay? And as a way to really look at your family rules and your family expectations as you head into the new school year. So whether you started the school year already, because I know many have, and those who have not and still are having fun and enjoying vacation, I hope you're having a great summer and enjoying the sunshine, and I will see you again next Tuesday for sure. And if you would like me to do a Facebook Live on a specific topic, on something that's going on right now in your life and you could use some help with, then feel free to either write a comment here at the bottom. You can write to me personally and privately if that feels more comfortable to you. I'm here to help. That's the goal. So looking forward to talking to you again soon, and have a great morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in the world.